Working from ladders, scaffolding, and other elevated platforms offers critical dangers of falling. A fall is considered one of the most common causes of work-related injuries and deaths in the construction industry. With many risks and hazards present at the workplace, how can we protect or prevent ourselves from falling? There are three major ways to protect workers from falls when working at heights. It is by using safety nets, fall arrest systems, and most importantly, guardrails. Guardrails are helpful to prevent workers from falling off a walkway, platform, or landing. But it's not enough just to simply have a set of guardrails for your building. You also must know when and how to use them and the things you should avoid. Here are some examples of where guardrails are needed in a construction site. Open side balconies, open platforms and lofts, leading edges, low-silled windows, skylight openings, stairwell openings in the floor, stair lane, completed decks and porches, ramps and runways. When using guardrail, make sure that it is mounted around the edge or opening before the work starts. It is required to use a guardrail if a worker is exposed to a fall of 6 feet or 1.8 meters and has access to the open side of a floor, including a mezzanine or balcony floor, roof while formwork is in place, along the bridges, and around scaffolds, raised platforms, or open platforms on aerial devices. Now, how do you choose the right guardrail? One of the important specifications is the strength, or it refers to the amount of force that guardrails may be expected to support. According to OSHA, standard guardrail systems are capable of holding up without failure a force of at least 200 pounds applied in a downward or outward direction within 2 inches or 5 centimeters of the top edge at any point along the top rail. Another important specification would be the height of the guardrail. OSHA stated that the top edge height of the rails or equivalent guardrail system members shall be 42 inches or 1.1 meter plus or minus 3 inches or 8 centimeters above the walking or working level. When conditions warrant, the height of the top edge may exceed the 45-inch height, provided the guardrail system meets all other criteria of this paragraph. Now, to ensure that the people are safe, guardrails must be made of materials with smooth surfaces that will not cut skin or snag clothing. Common materials used are wood and metal. Be high enough to prevent a person from falling over the top of them. Be strong enough to resist the force of many people. Consider also possible impacts from tools and other materials used nearby. Posts must be evenly spaced to prevent people from falling over the gaps. And just in case a fabricated guardrail system does not use upright posts, it must provide equal protection against similar gaps. Lastly, guardrails must extend along the whole length of the opening or unprotected edge. Although guardrails are helpful, it is vital to be responsible to avoid leaning over and against a guardrail, climbing onto a guardrail, tying a rope and attaching your protection lanyard onto a guardrail, constructing a guardrail when you're not trained and authorized. Guardrails are an essential requirement for safety on many work sites. But before installing one, take time to assess the potential damage, injuries, and risk in your workplace.